Yes, guys, welcome back. Today, I've got a little something different. You're going to laugh when I say this because I keep getting it wrong, but I've got Daniel McGowan. Is it multiple world champion?
Two-time
world champion, Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Is that right?
People do call it Muay Thai, but it's Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. See, I told you I'd get it wrong. Dean Gardner did tell me to call you something else. Was it? I should have really researched this. Anyway, let's talk about you, mate. We're here in your gym. How long have you had this gym?
So I've had this gym I've been here for about 1.5 years now.
Do you want to shout out the name?
Yeah, McGowan Muay Thai. So it's in Bedford. We're I think there's only a couple of Muay Thai gyms in Bedford, to be fair. But I'd say we're probably like the gatekeepers at the moment. Like in terms of we've got a good fight team, we've got a lot of members doing really well. So yeah, I've been here 1.5 years, but I've been running the classes and at different gyms and stuff for about maybe 3 or 4 now. Yeah. But I've been coaching for years, to be fair.
Yeah. So what led you to set up your own gym?
So
money.
Yeah, like money, because I was Muay Thai. I mean, boxing's the same. Like until you get to a certain level, you don't earn no money in boxing or Muay Thai or any of these fight sports really. Yeah. So I'd achieved all the goals probably I really wanted to. World titles, fighting in Thailand, beating Thailand champions and stuff like that. It was always my dream, but then I had a bad hand injury and I had 3 surgeries on my hand, and I realised I was coming home from Thailand and I had no money. I had to pay for the surgeries as well. So I'm actually probably in a negative at this point. Do you know what I mean? So I think my life was just fighting, and I got a bad injury, and it led me to going, all right, I need to actually think about what happens after FH, because I had so many injuries and it's put me out for time, and then obviously not getting paid for that. So I started this, and then I also got a job in Singapore. It was like one of the biggest gyms in Asia, Evolve MMA, and for Muay Thai, that was at the time the best job you could get as a coach. There was I was the first non-Thai to get the job there, so it was a really big deal. But I went there and I realised that I got really popular classes and stuff, and I was getting paid well there, but I was having to work for someone, and they were and I was doing crazy hours, 8 hours in a day, and I was like, why am I not just doing this for myself? I've been doing this for 20 years now. I may as well try
be your own boss.
Yeah, that's it.
But so what's it like now? From obviously you say you was working for someone else. What's been the biggest difference now running your own thing?
It's a little bit more. It's stressful in different ways. You got to pick your stress in it. So it's stressful because obviously I've got to keep this running. But we're lucky we've got such a good member base now, and we're doing really well. But the difference is just the freedom of it, man. But it's hard. It took me a couple of years, probably 3 years, to actually really start seeing the kind of growth and being able to feel the freedom. You know what I mean? Now in the days, I don't really do PTs anymore, which I was doing them in the day.
Too big for PTs now.
One of them. My price is high now.
But, work with who you want. Let's learn a bit, or let's talk a bit more about yourself. Let's go back to, so why did you pick Muay Thai?
Yeah, so I was always a good footballer when I was younger, so I was always pretty sporty. I played for Luton actually for a couple of years when I was a kid, to be fair. And then I got into Taekwondo at the same time, and when I was going to some of these tournaments in the end, I was getting disqualified or told off for going too hard. But as a kid, you just think you're fighting. That's the aim, innit? And then I think I'd done about 4 or 5 years of Taekwondo, and I loved it, but I was getting a bit disheartened because I was going to these competitions, getting told off and whatnot. So I was like to my dad, I wanted to start doing a martial art that's a bit more intense, a bit more contact to it, let's say. And one of our friends from Luton, actually, he was doing Muay Thai. It was kickboxing / Muay Thai at that time. Muay Thai started getting bigger now, but back then it was a bit of kickboxing.
So we can thank him for your career.
Yeah, so I don't know if any of you know him, Declan McKenna. Don't know if he's Luton. Do you know Declan McKenna? No.
What, you mean Chunky doesn't know someone in Luton?
You
heard it here first.
Luton.
Guys, you heard it here first. Michael Devine doesn't know someone in Luton.
But yeah, so Declan McKenna, Paul McKenna, they basically were at a gym. It was kind of in between Luton, and then they did another gym in Milton Keynes as well. And then I started going there, and then I just loved it. And then I fully got into Muay Thai when I moved to Bedford around 11 years old, where that was just Muay Thai, basically. So took it to the next level. So
with that, how does that work as in competing as a child? Because obviously with boxing, there's numerous shows up and down the country. Like you said, that was just starting off at the time. So how difficult was it for you to get the fights you needed?
So when I first started, it wasn't as popular. So not as many fights, but the rules all changed as well. So when I first started, you could head contact and stuff when you were a top. But then it started becoming you got to do body shots only for kids, kicks to the body, no headshots. Then, but I was getting fights regular, to be fair, especially when I probably turned around 11, 12, I started getting a bit more experience. And then as I got a bit older and wanted to take it a bit more seriously, I got fell in love with Muay Thai, to be fair. I always wanted to go to Thailand, and I ended up going fighting professionally out there. I was 15, and that was my first ever professional fight.
So how did that come about, to go out there and fight professionally at 15?
So my trainer was he's a Thai trainer. He was a champion in Thailand, really, like pretty famous in the industry out there. And he got me he got me in the door really. So I went to his gym for a couple of weeks. Went with my dad. I did a week of training, and then I didn't know who I was fighting. I just turned up to the stadium, and it was like Rajdamnern Stadium, which is like the main one in Bangkok. And
So there's no build up to this. There's
no build up, mate.
There's no let's have a few fights. Let's get used to it. Because I imagine fighting here and then fighting over there is completely different.
Especially then, like back then, the Thais were like the top. Like nobody really beat the Thais that much. So whereas now it's becoming a little bit different. But the Thais then were like, they seemed unbeatable. So going there was a bit more scary. And then going to the main stadium, I thought it was going to be a bit more glitz and glam, but it wasn't. It was it was like intimidating, and like no one spoke English, so I was there. Me and my dad was shitting himself there.
I can imagine.
I was.
But you were the one fighting, and your dad was shitting himself.
I was actually all right, to be fair. I think young and fearless, they just don't think about these things.
He probably saw the bigger picture, which you was just thinking of the fight. He's probably thinking like, there's more to it than
that's
this.
it. And then it's mad in Thailand as well. It's like a conveyor belt of fights. So like you're all sat outside, and then like you're watching the next fight, the fight that's happening. And you're watching it happen, and then you've got to go straight out and fight after.
Yeah.
And there's like the crowd all around you, people come up to you, like people like touching you and shit like that. Like the Thais, they just don't care.
Yeah.
So they're like sizing you up. So my opponent's next to me here, I'm here, I'm waiting for the next fight. And the guy that's been fighting before me, blood all over his face. He'd been cut twice, and I'd never seen that before, like that bad. And he walked past me as I was walking in the ring, and I was like, oh shit, it's actually real. Like, it's actually pretty nuts.
So, like you're saying, but going out there at 15, what was your parents saying when you brought that conversation to them?
You know what? I think they just believed in what I wanted to do. Surely
your mum wasn't too excited.
My mum doesn't really like watching me, to be fair. So she's watched a handful, but my dad was very like invested, and he actually really started enjoying Muay Thai. So I think he was like buzzing for me, to be fair. My mum, not so much. Still,
because you're going to grow up and protect him, innit?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So get my son on you,
innit? And then tell all his mates that his son's hard.
Look at my son. Did I mention my son's a world champion?
So he was buzzing. I think nervous when he got there, but mum. I think they've been really supportive. If it wasn't for them, I would never have got to where.
Did your parents fund all of that? You going out there?
All of it. And there was a couple of other people that they didn't even want to be mentioned. They really helped me out a lot in my career, but a lot of it was my mum and dad, really.
Yeah. And so, what then was the next stage for you after? I mean, you fought your first time out there. What was next for you then?
So after that, I come back and I was like, I wanted to be a stadium champion in Thailand. That was my goal. I wanted to go and fight all the Thais. I was like, I want to actually really test myself and be involved in Thailand. So then I kept going back. I went back again. I fought again when I was 15 in the Lumpini Stadium, which is another one of the main ones. I fought there a couple of times, and I just kept going back. I was paying for the gym there, and I kept going. And then I think I was about 18, I got offered a sponsorship for one of the Pechandi, which is like, again, in Muay Thai in Thailand, is like the best gym in Thailand.
So from 15 to 18, you didn't have a normal childhood?
Nah, not really, nah.
What was that like then? Obviously with your friendship group, seeing what they were doing, going through them stages in life, and you're having to...
It was tough. I loved it, looking back on it, I had such a good life. I still have a good life, but back then, it was the best time of my life. I was 16 on my own in Thailand, literally living on my own.
So what did you get up to in Thailand?
I don't know. I can't tell you. Can I tell you on camera?
The camera's stopped. The camera's off, mate. This is a test run.
My missus might listen. Mate. To be honest, when you're training like that out there, like for fights, you're proper locked in on it. So and you can't really do anything after. Like you train twice a day in 30, 35 degree heat. And with some of the best fighters in the world, testing yourself, pushing yourself to the limits. By the end of the day, you're done. You need to just sleep. All I'd done was wake up, train, eat, sleep, and that was twice a day. I'd nap, then I'd get up, have some food, train again, go sleep.
So you didn't really know any other way?
Nah, and then after the fights, I'd go out and celebrate and whatnot. And
but we'll talk about that after.
Off camera,
That's a separate story. As much as Jay would love these sort of questions. But so you're 18 now, You've got sponsorship. Where's Daniel heading then? So
when I got the sponsorship there, I just won the UK #1 spot, professionally again. It was for my age, I was fighting adults. I'd beaten so many adults in a row, and then I fought Paulo da Silva, who was at the time #1 big knockout puncher, like pound for pound, known as one of the biggest punchers in the UK Muay Thai. And I'd just beaten him, so like I was on the rise big time at that point.
Do they recognise in Thailand the UK scene in any way at all?
Not then, now, yeah. Like, now UK are really, like, they've got a big kind of stable of fighters in the UK now. But back then the Thais were like the best. You could, like, a lot of people couldn't beat them. So they didn't really, they thought foreigners were, they just thought they were shit. So
you're just punch bags.
That's it.
So, like a bit of money in a punch
But
bag.
I think it worked in my favour because I'd get in there and I was actually like, I could fight their style because they call it Thai style. A lot of Westerners go over and they like to box heavy and like cause them problems with their hands. I could do that, but I could also win on points, and that's what I think made me a bit different. And so yeah, it worked in my favour because they just thought they would come and beat me up easy, but I caused them so much issues when I never lost in Rajadamnern or Lumpini Stadium ever.
Yeah.
And I think I fought there like 7-8 times. Yeah,
that's a mad thing. Is that something that is recognised by them then?
It was. So the scene, because there's so many fighters in Thailand, I think the scene moves on very quick. I've been out of it, so I don't know about now. I think the scene's completely changed, so I don't know if I go back.
If I go to Thailand, there's not going to be a statue of you there, is there?
Not yet.
That's been taken down now and replaced.
I've got to come back and fight for that, I reckon.
Yeah.
But nah, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not too sure if you go there now and people are like, oh, it's Dan or what. But back then, yeah, everyone knew who I was.
Yeah, and what was that like then? Being recognised?
Yeah, when I was younger, I thought it was sick.
What did they call you? They must have had a name for you.
You know, they're bare racist there. They just
that's what I'm getting at. That's the point I'm getting at.
White boy, Farang, like foreign, that means foreigner. Like,
yeah.
I never got an actual nickname, to be fair, and they just say my name wrong, so they call me Daniel.
Yeah.
Or Danyun, they'd call me Danyun, Damien, never Daniel. So yeah, white boy, foreigner, Danyun. That was my name.
White devil.
White Devil, is that one of them?
Yeah, White Devil.
So after that then, let's talk about your progression to world titles and like from things I've been told about you and seen, like fighting in America on TV and that, like, how did that progress to them?
So my first world title shot, I think I was 19. That was actually in Tokyo. I took it 2 weeks notice. One of the best fighters in the UK at the time as well, at the weight above me, he was supposed to come down and wait and fight this lad in Tokyo, and he pulled out. And he was to be honest, he was one of my heroes. I trained with him quite a bit as well. And I thought, I got the opportunity, I went and took it, but I didn't even know who I was fighting, to be honest. Back then, YouTube, there was not much. I say back then, I'm not even, I'm 30, but back then it actually was so different. Like, there was no footage of these fights. That now everyone's got footage. So I went there and I just believed that I was the best in the world. It's actually, when I think back, I was like mindset-wise crazy, but I just thought, I'm going to go there, don't know who it is, don't know his style, but I can beat anyone in the world. And
do you think your age helped with that mindset as well? Like, if you was 24, 25, would you have been a bit more like, I think even 20, like even when I was in my 20s, like I didn't really think about it too much, but I think it's as I've got a bit older, you start thinking about like what can happen to your health and what can happen to your brain, and you start thinking about all these little different things, and you think about, like, I've had so many injuries, I'm like, do I want to be 40 and crippled? Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas, when you're 19, you don't think like that. Yeah, you know, it's the last thing on your mind.
Balls to the wall and just go for it. So, I went to Tokyo. I fought him there. Funny story, I didn't know who it was, and then I got done a press conference with him, and I got tagged in something on Facebook, and it was a highlight reel of him just knocking people out in Thailand, and I was like, oh shit. And I didn't used to get nervous, but I was shitting myself badly. And
is that the first time you was properly nervous?
Proper nervous like that, like bad. I was like, honestly, if you told me the fight was cancelled there, I would have been.
You'd be, what, really? I'm so devastated. But
And then as soon as I got to the ring, I was all right, to be honest. And then I actually gave him, like, I should have won. Everyone thought I won the fight. I went to Japan. He was the homeboy. He was the main event. And I lost on points, but it was. I think that's when again everyone started recognising that. I didn't give a fuck really. I'd fight whoever.
You got a lot out of a loss.
Yeah, that's it.
Sometimes you can gain more from a loss.
That's it. And I was actually, for myself, I was like, that's actually mad. I just flew all. I went two days before the fight. I landed in Tokyo, completely different place, never experienced anything like it. Fought there against someone I didn't even know. Like, the stuff I had to go through with the promotion, like, they didn't really help me out at all. Do you know what I mean? They didn't look after me, really. Even at the weigh-in, like, they didn't give me no scales, they didn't take me to a sauna to make weight, all these little things, and I had to get through that mental battle to and put on a performance like I did. I think was like, I showed myself that I've got the balls for it. Do you know what I mean? You
won mentally in a way. Like,
and I was only a teenager.
Yeah, mate, still got a long way to go. So what then, where was the next stage for you then?
So then I went to, when did I have my next world title fight? It's actually funny. So I think I fought again when I was 19 I come back to the UK, had a few fights, and then had a few good wins again. I fought for a world title over here against, again, another really good Thai fighter. He was living in England at the time, and he was beating everyone. And I fought him, and to be honest, I was beating him up for a few rounds. To be fair. And he just clinched the life out of me. And again, 19, he was just he was not strong.
Where was that fight?
That was in Birmingham, actually.
I think I was at that fight. Because I come to one of your fights with him in Birmingham.
Against a Thai?
I think so,
yeah. It was a sick, really good fight.
So that the fight before it, like, because I'd never been to one, and I see some geezer get kicked in the head, and he got ironed.
Yes.
When I say he got ironed out, like, I think he was still asleep, like, for about 3 days afterwards. Like, honestly, like, I'd never seen anyone get that cleaned out in my life. He was literally gone. Like, putting him on the stretcher, carrying him out, he was still kipping.
I remember that. Yeah, I think I know who it is. I think it was Sam Goff. Yeah, no, I remember that exactly.
Because I was at that show, and I was saying to people, like, I have no idea what's just gone on, but everyone was going, you won that fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really understand the rules, like, but yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so like,
go Daniel.
I started off the fight really well, and I was winning the fight, but in Muay Thai you have to win round 3, 4 and fight. Like, again, it's changed a little bit now, but back then you had to finish strong, and otherwise you wouldn't win. And he was just a lot more experienced than me. Again, he got me in the clinch, and he just kind of made me do a lot of work, and my arms were getting tired. So because I was punching him up a bit, to be fair.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, my arms were dead. I couldn't punch him anymore. So I lost that on points. So that was my second world title. I lost that as well. So that was 2 world title fights in a row I actually lost.
Yeah.
And then
at any point did you feel like giving up, or was this just spurring you on to go harder?
It's funny because I obviously run this gym now. I've got my own fights and stuff, and like I've seen a lot of people come and go out of this gym from like even top level fighters. But my mindset, like, actually, genuinely, when I look back now, none of that disheartened me ever. Like, I was just so confident I would be the best still. And it weren't even like I'm going to be the best. Like, it weren't like I was like deep in it. I just wasn't deep in it, to be honest. I just was just going for it.
Yeah.
And I was actually really happy after that fight, because everyone thought I was going to get battered, to be honest, in that fight. But I showed, again, 19-year-old, I'm fighting men like that, and I'm fighting these top level fighters, and I'm pushing them to the limit, to be fair. So I knew my time would come at some point, and I think I got my first world title, I think maybe I was 20 or 21. And then I won my second one. No, 20 was my first one, and then I won the second one at a different weight at 21.
What was that like then?
So the first one, again, I just felt like it was just meant to be. It sounds like...
You kind of knew that this is like...
It felt good, don't get me wrong. When they put the belt on you, like, it feels good. But, like, I just knew it was going to happen as well. And I'd already won a few junior world titles. I didn't even say that. But, like, so I felt that feeling. I knew I was getting there. But then just when I was 21, I fought with a lad called Ryan Sheehan, and these what come to that one actually as well. And my lip got cut badly. I think it was in round 2, and my lip was literally in half, and with an elbow. And again, on paper, I was actually the favourite in the fight.
Yeah.
And that got to me because I thought I was going to beat him up easily. I know him really well. He was coming up the ranks, and he finally kind of caught up, and then I fought him. And I was like, everyone was like, Dan's going to cut him, because I was good with my elbows. Dan's going to cut him up because he's not got great defence. He cut me straight away, across my eyebrow, and then he cut me again in round 2, my lip in half. It was the worst cut probably of my career. And I've had both my lips done, to be fair. But and it was a like 5 round, just it was a war. Like, again, you probably asked these lot. It got voted, I think 2017 was one of the fights of the year, and we just battered each other. And that one, I won the fight. It was close. But I was actually disappointed in my performance, because I should have beaten him a lot easier, in my opinion. I should have been a bit more technical and used my experience, but I didn't. I got drawn in to try and knock him out, and then I got into a scrap.
Do you think the build-up with everyone talking drew you into it more?
Yeah, and then I was doing interviews, and I was talking, and I never used to talk, and I was like, I'm gonna
You're
knock
big
him
time
out.
now, aren't you? You're world champion. Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to start.
If you were about, you would have had loads of interviews out of me.
I wouldn't have knew what I was going on about, though, mate, to be fair. But so, like, after this now, like, you've won 2 world titles. You said you've been injured a few times.
Yeah.
Are you now retired, or are you?
What now?
Are you waiting for Misfits Muay Thai to start up? To come
Misfits Muay Thai would be pretty sick if they pay right. But I don't know. Like, I've talked about. I never announced a retirement or anything like that. But
not like Chunky then.
Nah, I didn't want to be like Tyson Fury. No way. You do like 5, 6. How many times has he retired?
We don't know. It's between him and Tyson Fury for the most. Between the two of them, they're definitely in double figures. Anyway.
But I've never announced it. I just thought, because I always feel like I was maybe going to come back to it, because I've just turned 30. But what's held me back is like probably the injuries were definitely the biggest thing. And then I started running this, and I wanted to really build this up. And but I've got the itch again a little bit. So as long as my body can kind of, like I said at the start, I don't want to be 40 and crippled, to be honest. So I do think about that a little bit more. But the itch to fight is there, and I've been training. I'm trying to get my body back in shape and doing a lot more like rehab.
What about boxing? Would that not have been something that appealed to you?
I would love to. Like I was saying this to Chunky the other day. Like I never used to care. All I wanted to do was Muay Thai, but I watch more boxing now probably than I do Muay Thai. And I've been doing a bit of box sparring and stuff, and I felt actually really good. And I'm not known for my hands, but Chunky, I've trained with Chunky a few times, and he'd tell you like I could pick up my hands.
He's actually said to me before. He said you're quite a natural with it. He said it's something you think you'd pick up quite easily.
I think I
said to him he just needs to get a really good coach, and he'd be sweet.
Yeah, I know I've heard him say it anyway.
Yeah, like you're his hero. When I said I was coming up here, he's like, make sure you interview Daniel. Get him out there like that. Do you know what I mean?
But now I can pick it up pretty well, and like I said, I wasn't known for my boxing for some reason, but I caused a lot of issues with my hands in Muay Thai. But I started doing a bit more boxing training and actually trying to move a little bit more like a boxer, and I really enjoyed it. It's for the first time where I've actually like enjoyed that kind of style rather than Muay Thai style. But I've had such bad issues with my hand. Like my hand, look at the state of it.
Mate, they're in pieces.
Yeah. So, and I was box sparring the other day for the first time, and I thought I broke my hand again, to be fair. But I don't think I have this feeling.
Mate, that don't look. I mean, if I was you, I'd concentrate. Let's build some more gyms, mate. You've won world titles. Like, go for gyms now. Make some money.
That's it. Like,
get one out in Thailand.
I would love to. Yeah, little holiday gym. But
come on, that's where the money's now, isn't it? Get all the Brits over there for a week, paying thousands.
That's it.
To be starved.
It's pee there as well now. Like some of the gyms are charging 600-700 a month quid. Like. And
you're here in Bedford.
And their rent's probably fucking £20 a month.
You should be out there, man.
So yeah, no.
White boys coming back to take over the market.
It is funny. Like my focus was always fighting and just being a fighter. But then I was opened this gym and I realised that you can actually earn money out of combat sport.
You know, you're meant to change lives and help people. Like.
Well, we do. We actually do.
Just so you know, like the thing you should be saying is that's why you're in it.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
Nah, we do in here. Like, I don't know if you come up when the kids are in here. Like, some of these kids come in, they're like ADHD. Like the parents come, he's got ADHD. Man, I'm like, I don't care. Like, just bring him in. Like, because they'll be fine here.
I'll get someone to beat it out.
I'll beat the ADHD out of them. Yeah. But like, it's true. Like the kids coming in, they're meant to be naughty kids. None of them are naughty in here ever.
Yeah, I mean, you are a 2-time world champion.
I don't know if
it's going to be like, I mean, when you speak, some people are going to listen.
I don't know if I look that scary though, to be fair. But
no, you don't look scary, but you do have them belts up on the wall,
true.
Which helps. Yeah, and I'm sure you're not afraid to remind people.
Yeah, I do sometimes remind the kids too. But so even and adults, multiple people where I've had come in, like more like mental health side of things. People come here to help their lives and just their day to day. And I'm a coach. I run the business, but I'm also a bit of a counsellor. To be honest.
Agony aunt.
Yeah, I am, and I don't mind
dealing with breakups and all sorts of things.
Last year, a few, and people feeling depressed, going some really dark shit's happened in here. To be fair, and I've seen some stuff that I'd never ever seen before, and I had to kind of deal with that. But the outlets here, and they feel comfortable to talk to me. So even though I love making money now, don't get me wrong, but it feels good that I can do it in a way where I'm also helping people. Do you know what I mean?
Well, listen, mate, I want to thank you for coming on, telling your story and teaching me a little bit of
Muay Thai.
Yeah. Thank you for finishing it. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And we'll catch up
Good
again
luck with the channel as well. I want to see you blowing up.
Well, just subscribe, mate. And get all your guys on it as well.
Followers on it.
Yeah, nice one, my man. Thank you very much.